Hi guys, join me as I make fillable puff pastry appetizer cups. I started with a box of my favorite puff pastry sheets, a baking sheet, and some parchment paper sprinkled with some flour. I smoothed out the pastry with my hands. You can also use a rolling pin if you like, doing my best to work out the seams where the pastry was folded. I did away with the paper strips. We're not going to need those. The next thing I did was sprinkle a little bit of all-purpose flour on top of the dough, and what that does is it helps prevent the cookie cutters from sticking. Now I used a 2 1/4 inch round biscuit cutter, and I went ahead and I cut through all the way through the dough 12 times on that one sheet of pastry dough. Then I removed all the excess dough from around the circles, and I didn't use the dough for anything, but if you wanted to bake them up separately on a parchment lined cookie sheet and have them as a snack for the baker, I say go for it. Next, I took a smaller round cutter. This time it was a 1 1/2 inch round, and rather than cut all the way through the dough this time, I lightly scored the top of it. I removed any excess flour by using a pastry brush, and then it was time to put them in the oven at 400 degrees for about 20 minutes until they're puffed and golden. Once the puffs were cool enough to handle, I took a paring knife and I used that inner circle as my guide, and I went ahead and I sliced around that circle to make a well in the puff. If I needed to, I removed any layers that were in the center, and then I pressed it down with my finger to make a nice neat cup. It's time to eat. Fillings can be sweet or savory. Get the full recipe at kudoskitchen by Renee.com.